Welcome back to Project Argo. In this one, I'm going to show you guys a few tips on how to shoot and how to be better at shooting. So right now, we're just on a server that I started on Link Airfield. There's nobody else in the match. So I'm just going to show you guys a few different things like cover and shooting and running and different stuff like that.
Orders
so the
received.
first one,
Set up the grid.
when you want to move fast, you can sprint, but sprinting has a little delay to it. So I'm going to sprint to the edge of that building and then try to get ads as soon as possible. So there's a little bit of delay by the time you stop and start again, or by the time you stop and start your ads. So here, and when I try to get up, it's about a second, right? So at the corner of the building, I'll stop and then bring it up. So that little delay there costs you a bit of time sometimes, and it can mean the difference between like dying or killing a person. So if you stop earlier, then now when I'm ready in my spot, I'm ready with my ads up. So if I wanted to go around the corner here, I wouldn't go here like this and then bring it up. So as soon as I came to the corner, I let go of shift and I right clicked, but it was too much of a delay. So what I want to do is go here and now bring it up. Even then was too late. So I want to bring it up around the stairs here. So I go here, run, gonna let off it, and then I come around. So you have to do, like about here was where I let off. That's quite a bit. So now I can actually come around the corner and see stuff. In this game, moving is a big penalty. So if I look at this wall here, when I'm aiming just standing still, I'm pretty good. Like, the shots are all pretty much on target. Even if I strafe a little bit, like look at that. Look at how that's moving around. So if I go any sort of movement at all, my shots are going to be all over the place. So if you're trying to move and shoot, like say I'm trying to shoot this box here, if I'm stationary, like I can hold a burst and that's not too bad. But as soon as I start to move, like I'm all over the place now. And that's just because of the movement, just because of how the crosshair behaves when you're doing this. If you're close, like if I'm here and I'm moving around, like I can stay on it reasonably well and you can get kills that way. If I stop and I just get on there, then that's way better. So move, and then you see the guy, stop, and then get on it. So pretty much all of my rounds went right into that little box area there, which could be the size of their head, depending on the range you're at. For cover, I'm going to run to main and show you guys the container that I usually hide behind. Okay, so if you've seen any of my videos or you've seen a bunch of them, you know that this container here is one that I really like to use when I'm protecting main. So I don't normally stay on main, I'll stay here and I can shoot because I can cover this angle over here. I can cover this approach, which is a main approach from the bad guys, and the hole in the wall here. So part of it is knowing the map layout,
Airdrop has landed
and then the other part is kind of knowing how to use the cover. So normally in a game like Siege, I will be back from cover like this because I can get a good angle. As I move closer, I start to cut things off, right? So I'm really close to that edge there. They can probably see my gun. They can see more of me. But as I move back further, I hold a similar angle, but they can see less of me as they approach through there. In this game, though, I like to hold corners really, really tight because if I'm back here like this and I'm trying to get this corner or cover this angle, somebody over there in those containers can see me. But if I'm up here like this and I'm covering this a little bit further out, I can at least get my angle but be protected from that side. And it would be a similar thing to over here. If I'm over in here like this, covering this, I'm going to hug this really tight to stop people that are here or possibly here. So a lot of times I'll just stay here and then peek out, but really, really tight angles to corners, not angles out like this like you would see in maybe Siege type gameplay. So even in here like this, when I'm here, you can kind of peek and move a bit, but when you're ready to shoot, you want to stay on there. You want to be not moving, just stationary. And you also have to be worried about or be concerned with this. So if I'm here, you can see that my reticle for my red dot is not on the box, but if I shoot, you hear that noise? That's me shooting the container. So you do have to clear the muzzle. I have to be out a little bit further. So see, that one went to the concrete wall back there.
Failed. Connection wasn't established.
I can actually hit the concrete wall. So you have to be further out from the cover because it does account for your barrel, and the same goes for sandbags. If you look at the sandbags, we'll go to them right now and I'll show you. So in various parts of the map, there are sandbags or sandboxes, whatever you want to call them, in spots like this, and they're pretty good. So right now, I can see over top, and if I shoot, I can get through, but in some spots I can't. So I'm just barely clearing it. But if I move to here, so my dot, you can't really see my dot, but my dot is just above, and I'm hitting the sand. And this happens quite a bit with these sandboxes. It depends on how they're drawn and where they are, I think. Because sometimes, like right now, I'm hitting it, but clearing it. See how far up my reticle is? Like, it's pretty far up. And I'm clearing, and now I'm not. But if I moved over to here, like, I'm clearing it. There's literally no sand blocking me, and I'm just barely above it. Okay, so some cases you can shoot through the sand, but in other cases, like this one is actually drawn. I can't. But what you can do is you can mount. So I think my default is X. Yeah. So if you come up to the sandbag or cover and you press, I think X is default, press the button for mount, you will go on top of it. And it's basically like having a bipod. So I can shoot all of my bullets. I'm not even really compensating for aim, compensating for the recoil. If I just go here and push it, that's zero mouse movement from me. That's the spread I'm going to get, which is crazy. So when you're on there and you're mounted, you'll appear like you're up higher, and you'll have a kind of, it feels like I'm on a bipod right now. That's how it feels. And then if you back up, you get off of it. Can't really mount with a handgun though. There's nothing really to mount, so you're kind of fucked that way. But with your rifles and things, if you mount on top, you eliminate some recoil, and you also get the benefit of being sure that you're cleared the sand. The only issue though is that now you are higher, so you are at risk of getting shot a lot quicker because they will be able to see more of you. If you're here mounted and you push crouch, you will come off of it and crouch. So it does a little bit of an extra step where I'm backing off of the thing and then crouching, but you're still getting on it. And from crouch, I can go mount, and then I'm back in and I can go crouch. So if you hear people coming, you can get here and mount and then kind of blast them if they were coming around this way and flanking on this map. So that is just a little bit about shooting in Argo. I hope it helps you out. I hope it helps you kill more people, shoot them in their faces and their brains. If you have any other suggestions or things that you want to see me do in a video, please leave it in the comments below, and I will see what I can do about making a video for that. But thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please leave me a like, send me a comment, and I will see you in the next video.